The BC Coaches Caravan continues, and Pete Caliendo, one of the organizers of this caravan, is joining us. Tell me a little bit about the Coaches Caravan. What is that exactly?
Well, I'll tell you, it's outstanding because we started in the island, Vancouver Island, and then we worked with kids, players, parents. We're getting about a couple hundred at every location, which is outstanding, and the idea is to promote the game of baseball and to keep kids interested in the game and get them motivated, and also get the parents involved, and so that way they can work with the kids also a little bit, and then educating coaches, so that way the kids get better and then they want to stay in the game longer.
How important is it to have the parents there to get involved with their kids in the sport of baseball?
Well, it's extremely important because, as you know, it's a game where you have to practice every day, and sometimes they don't have the opportunity especially to practice every day. So the parents have to be involved, so that way they can work with them with things at home. Whether it's just playing catch, swinging a bat, whatever it is, so they continue to do it all the time. And because the coaches aren't with them all the time, so that's extremely important.
What do you want the kids to take away? What's that one point or a couple of points you really want to hammer home to these kids?
Well, I mean, number one, that baseball's fun, because if it's not fun, they're not going to play it. And it has to be fun, because they're competing against many sports that a lot of times you can roll the ball out there, and because you just roll it out there, they're just having fun naturally because they're running all the time. Baseball's not that type of sport, because you're standing around a lot. So, we want to make sure that the kids obviously enjoy it, and then they're learning something at the same time. Because when you have a lot of fun, you're going to learn quicker. And now the kids really get something out of it, because now they want to continue to do it.
What about the coaches?
Coaches are great. They're vital. I mean, if you don't have good coaching, you're not going to have good players. That's bottom line. The coaches, if they learn how to run a fun practice, the kids will then learn faster and they'll want to play the game longer. But if the coaches don't understand how to run good practices, and that's what we're trying to do, we're trying to show them all the fun things that they can do to run a practice. And you'll be talking to Chris Johnson soon, and Chris will tell you how important it is that kids at a very young age learn to have a lot of fun, and and they're moving all the time, that they're not standing still. Not one kid during practice should stand still. There should always be movement. That's what we're trying to train the coaches that way, and we're doing it by placing the coaches on the field and make them go through a lot of the drills, and that way they feel what it's like to do the drills, and they feel how a practice can actually be fun.
Is the drills the fundamentals, like really getting back to the basics and learning how to catch a ground ball?
Yeah, you know what? There's a fundamental way to do something, but the drills will teach it for you. So if you set the drills up right, they'll teach the fundamentals. And the kids don't know it because they're having so much fun that they think, they're just doing something. Right. And then they start to learn it a lot faster. And really, if you think about it, it's the body that really understands it. The mind and the body start to figure it out, and it becomes fun for them.
You have a book coming out in May. Tell me about that.
Yes, it's by Human Kinetics. It's a big chain, and it's a basic fundamentals, of the game. But it's also, what it is 100 drills. It's drills that you can incorporate into your practices, and again, they're fun drills to exactly what we were talking about, because it's for volunteers. It's not for professional coaches. It's for volunteers, moms and dads that can take that book and say, here's certain drills, and use it as a guideline to pick and choose every practice to do something fun with the kids, and it really accomplishes the same thing. It's just different ways of doing it all the time.
You've been around USA baseball for quite a while. You're up here in BC with the Coaches Caravan. Is there much difference between American baseball, Canadian baseball, kids, skill level?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because Jim Lefebvre and I were together. He's a former manager in the big leagues. We're together for the Vancouver clinic that's hosted by BC Minor, and he even mentioned it. And we know this. It's it's a fun. It's what's the word I'm looking for? Baseball Canada has set up an outstanding coaches education program, and due to that, a lot of the coaches are being trained well. And then Baseball BC also, everybody, it's all kind of one program, and it's followed by everybody. And what's happened is it's developed a lot of great players. Yeah. We've competed against them in the Pan Am Games, the Olympics. I mean, they won the World Cup, the Pan Am Games. So I mean, they've really done well, and that's because it's attributed to the development of their coaches. It's really, so they've done an outstanding job with that, and by far, probably one of the best in the world when it comes to coaches development. Yeah, we were talking about Australia, talking about Canada. Even us in the U.S. have a lot to learn from the standpoint of players under the age of 14, because we need to have educational programs for parents, and we don't have that, and you guys do, and we need to follow that.
Well, it's great to hear. You can take some baseball tips from Canada now.
Absolutely. I take them from anywhere. Anybody has a good one, we use it,
Thanks for doing this.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Pete Caliendo, he is part of the BC Coaches Caravan coming through a town near you.